Hi, Steve here with some recent pickups, some Christmas gifts, some gifts from my buddies, and some finds at the thrift store, some eBay purchases I want to share. I wanted to do a video on the video games I beat in 2019. I beat about 20 games in 2019. That's going around big right now. I've been watching a lot of those videos, individuals discussing the games they completed in the year 2019. I have a list that I have completed. I want to share that, but I wanted to get through all these pickups first in this video, because some of the games I picked up over the week were amongst the games that I completed in 2019. So I'd rather just get all of these pickups out of the way and then move on to probably next week I'll do a video on the 20 games I beat in 2019. I've been looking forward to that one for a long time because I have some really neat games to share. 2019 was a good year for playing video games for me. Okay, let's start off with the Christmas gifts. First of all, from my wife, she got me Oregon Trail, this little handheld machine. It looks similar to an old computer from like the 70s or 80s. Kind of shaped like a Game Boy. This is a fun little adventure game. It probably takes about a half hour, maybe less, maybe 15 minutes to beat it. Little fun adventure game. We all used to play it back in school. I don't know if kids still play this at computer lab at school, or if there even is a computer lab. Probably all of school is all one big computer lab now. Back when I was a kid, we went to computer lab for like a half hour to an hour every day. We would play Number Munchers, Word Muncher, Oregon Trail. I learned how to type, stuff like that. Oregon Trail was my favorite game. This version must be a newer version or originated on a different system. The one we used to play on those old Apples was very crappy compared to this. It was just the black and green, but we really enjoyed it a lot. This one has some nice color and sound, so it must be from a newer machine. Anyway, really fun game there. She picked that up for me. I think I've seen these at Target for like 20 bucks. I think it's well worth it if you're into that type of thing. Yeah, I played through it once and beat it. My wife had never played it. She played the board game. She played through this and beat it. We both really enjoyed this, so I appreciate that from the wifey. I might as well share my wife and my daughter's Christmas gifts too. They're video game related. I forget if it was us or Santa bought my 2-year-old Sarah. We got her the Paw Patrol video game. She loves Paw Patrol. She was sort of getting into it. I think she enjoys this game. She enjoys like Mario and stuff. This is a little platformer game my daughter Sarah likes. And then I got this for my wife, the Outer Worlds. I really don't want to get sucked into a game like this. I know how much time I put into stuff like Fallout and Elder Scrolls. I just get sucked in there and I never want to do anything else. My wife can restrain herself a little bit more, and she loves these type of games too. We both love Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Oblivion, all those games. This is Obsidian that did New Vegas, Fallout New Vegas, and I think that's both of our favorite Fallouts. I got this for my wife. She hasn't started it yet, but I can't wait to watch her play this. Everything I've been hearing about this, it's like the Fallout game everyone's been waiting for. Okay, and then, oh man, here's from my wife. Resident Evil Triple Pack. This is what I've been waiting for years. 3 of my favorite Resident Evil games to play on my Switch now. Now I can take my Switch anywhere. I'm not going to unplug it right now because I have World Heroes Perfect going on right there. My Switch is plugged in here. I got an HDMI to AV audio video converter, so I have my Switch hooked up to this little TV along with my original Xbox and my Super Nintendo over there. I guess I don't really need the Super Nintendo. Oh yes I do. I'll get to Super Nintendo in a minute. Anyway, back to Resident Evil. Resident Evil 4, my favorite game of all time. I had already downloaded the digital copy before. Now I have a physical copy of Resident Evil 4. Unfortunately, the other two games are digital. I downloaded both of them. I'm playing Resident Evil 5 right now. I'm almost to the end. About the 100th time I played Resident Evil 5. Love that game. I'm having a hard time finding people online to play with, so if anyone wants to play with me on Resident Evil 5 co-op, hit me up. Resident Evil 6, I'd like to play through that again. I think I only played through each campaign once on Xbox 360. Yeah, Resident Evil 4, my favorite game of all time. Resident Evil 5 is up there. It's so, after playing it again on the Switch, I just forgot how fun and arcadey it is. It almost feels like an arcade co-op beat 'em up. There's just so much action. I know that's not what Resident Evil is all about. 4 is not quite up to the level of action as 5. Kind of slower pace, but I really enjoy the pacing of 4. Of course, the pacing is perfect, I think. 6 is, I've grown to like 6. At first, I didn't like the standard control. I like the tank control that's present in 4 and 5. I'm not crazy about the modern controls of Resident Evil 6. They work really good, though, just like your average James Bond or Uncharted game. So it works really good. I just kind of prefer that tank control, where you have to stop to aim. You really have to place your shots. This kind of feels more like a running gun. But anyway, 3 great games. $60 looks like she spent on me for Christmas. I don't care. That's worth it for me. Having all these games portable now, I can take them anywhere. Blah, blah, blah. And so I couldn't have all those games and not have this one here. I got a gift card for my in-laws, I believe. So I picked up, and I had some credit at GameStop. $40 is kind of high for this, I think. But I got Origins, Resident Evil Remake, and Resident Evil 0. I'm not really a huge fan of 0. I don't think I ever even have a desire to ever play that again. I have to have Resident Evil Remake on here. That's probably one of my favorites. I do like the original version the best, but the Resident Evil Remake's just glorious. Oh, and then here's one I've been wanting for a while, Days Gone. My wife got me that as well. She got it for a good price. I think it was like $20. So I have Days Gone. I haven't started that yet. I hope to finish that in 2020. Everything I've seen of this looks magnificent. Been really looking forward to this. It's Bend Studios makes it. We usually stay at Bend, Oregon every year on the way up to my granddad's house. That's actually where the last Blockbuster on the planet is, in Bend, Oregon, where this game is made. And they have a lot of little breweries, microbreweries. It's a cool little town up there in Oregon, like the middle of Oregon, the middle of the forest. And I think this game is set in Oregon, a lot of foresty areas. So I can't wait to play this. Okay, got some eBay money, gift cards from my sister and brother-in-law, some of the family. So I blew it all within like a day. Love buying stuff off of the eBay. I got Deadly Premonition Origins for Nintendo Switch. Survival horror type adventure game. I started playing it on Xbox for a few hours, Xbox 360. I really liked it, but I got sidetracked with other stuff. Now it's going to be a lot easier to play it. I can play it anywhere on my Switch. From what I played of this so far, it's like a mixture of Resident Evil 4 and Shenmue. So this is right up my alley. Yeah, I can't wait to play that one. I think this was it $30? I got it shipped to me with shipping. Amen. Oh, and here is oh man, I've been wanting this for years. After I played Shenmue 1, I think it was around like 2001 or so. I didn't get it right when it came out. I got a used Dreamcast. I was on the fence. I had some money, and I was on the fence whether I was going to buy a PlayStation 2 or a Dreamcast. I bought a Dreamcast because it was $40, and at the used video game store near me, my buddy Tom runs. He usually would give me deals. I hate to go in there because sometimes he gave me too good of deals. But I got a Dreamcast from him and a bunch of games. They're like $2 a piece. I got Shenmue, House of the Dead, all these great games, Ill Bleed. So I was kind of happy with my purchase of a Dreamcast because I love Shenmue 1 so much. Like, I don't think there would have been anything on PlayStation 2 at that time that I would have liked as much as Shenmue Part 1. And then Dreamcast just started dying. We got the Game Informer magazines, and it seemed like every month there would be like less and less reviews for Dreamcast. Like, it was just dying out. So I eventually moved on to Xbox, but I was kind of sad to see Dreamcast go. One day when I was in GameStop, I saw the European PAL version of Shenmue 2 for Dreamcast, and it was like $30. And I go, man, should I get this? Or should I just wait and get it on the Xbox? And I didn't get it, and then I kicked myself ever since then because I always wanted to get Shenmue 2 for the original Dreamcast. Never got it. Ended up getting it on Xbox, and I never ended up playing it. I think my brother beat it, but I only played a little bit through. I got overwhelmed with it. It's a really overwhelming game compared to Part 1. Once you get the hang and realize what the game's all about, it's a really great experience, but never played Shenmue 2 until very recently, like a couple of years ago. I finally beat it. I had to beat it before Shenmue 3 came out. Now I've beaten Shenmue 2 on Xbox about 4 or 5 times. I really love it. Anyway, Shenmue 2, the PAL version, ordered that. This was $45 on eBay, and it came with the the disc that lets you play imported games. So man, I finally have Shenmue 2 on my Dreamcast, and it's only in Japanese audio, which is fine because I know this game in and out now. So I probably don't even have to read what they say. I know what's going on. Oh, really impressive game though for Dreamcast. I didn't realize that Dreamcast could run this. I thought it was kind of impressive on Xbox, and now seeing that it can run on Dreamcast, it's very impressive. It's on 4 discs. I'm actually playing it right now. I'm up to disc 2 again. Really cool game. It doesn't load. Loading time isn't that bad or anything. I'm really surprised how well this game runs on the Dreamcast. I just had to fix my Dreamcast too. It would cut off every once in a while. I looked online and it's the power supply. The pins that connect the power supply get dirty. So now it works fine. Anyway, yeah, these European cases are gorgeous. I love the European, whatever you call them, jewel cases. So delighted to have that on my Dreamcast. I have my Dreamcast hooked up to the Trinitron that Vinnie Corleone gave me, Dean from Sacramento. Anyway, Shenmue right there. Okay, on to a movie. I've been looking for this movie for years. Probably one of my favorite authors because he wrote Jaws. I read Jaws. I love that. I love The Deep. What else? White Shark. I read this book too, The Island with Michael Caine. This is a really cool thriller, kind of horror adventure movie. It's about pirates. They're like old school pirates that have been living in the Bermuda Triangle all these years, and that's what happens to all of the missing crafts, missing ships and boats that go in the Bermuda Triangle. They're actually hijacked by these this society of pirates. They live on an island, so it's kind of like a horror movie. I guess they capture young men and young women too, I guess, and they train them to be pirates. Like they don't really reproduce. They just kidnap other people's kids and brainwash them into becoming pirates. And so Michael Caine escapes and he's trying to get his son back. The bad pirate in here is what's his name? Oh, David Warner. That English actor. He usually plays a bad guy really well. Oh, and the music in here is Ennio Morricone, the spaghetti western music guy. This is a cool horror action movie adapted from the novel The Island by Peter Benchley. I really like Michael Caine. Michael Caine's probably my favorite living actor right now. I guess you could say Sean Connery, but he's not really in movies anymore. Yeah, Michael Caine is in like a lot of my favorite movies, and this is one of them. Okay, let's get on to some gifts from some of my buddies in the text group. My buddy Jav Geez, just out of nowhere, he knows I'm into fighting games. We're both into fighting games. He's got an incredible Neo Geo collection. We talk about Neo Geo games a lot. We're both into the Fatal Fury and all of that. He sent me the Samurai Showdown 5 on Xbox. Really awesome game. Oh, if this was running on the original Neo Geo hardware, like that machine is the business. I don't know if this is a newer machine that ran this. It's part 5. I think that came out later on down the line. Visuals in here are amazing. Really cool fighting. It kind of reminds me of Samurai Showdown 1, but with just upgraded everything. Really freaking hard though. I thought I was going to give up on this, but I've beat it finally, dude. Some of the bosses in here just rage-inducing. Finally beat it though. I've only given up on 2 fighting games in my life. What was Art of Fighting 2? I can't even get past like the 3rd guy, and a Galaxy Fight. The last boss on there I couldn't beat. Usually I keep playing until I can beat the fighting games. I thought this was going to be one too I was going to give up on, but I just kept on going. I finally got it. I like to think myself I'm okay at fighting games. I played them ever since I was like 10. I play Street Fighter at work with my friends every day at last break at work. I like to think I'm okay at fighting games, but man, this just makes me feel terrible at fighting games. Really cool game though. Yeah, so thanks again, Jav Geez. I got something coming for you. Then another one of my homies in the text group, Gamers Manuel, the guy who finds the amazing video game deals every week. Really nice, humble guy too. Just out of nowhere, he'll send me stuff. I can't really mention stuff around him I want. He'll just send it to me. But I got he sent me some games had been looking for. Some fighting games. Or he knows I was looking for the Takara fighting games for SNES. I played the Takara or the SNK ports on my Super Nintendo a lot when I was a kid, so I have some fond memories of them. Here it's Fatal Fury 1. I didn't have that. I had it as a kid. Really crappy translation. The graphics are okay. The sounds sounds like a Casio keyboard or something. And the music, but the game is fun. It looks decent. It's kind of the controls are kind of crappy. Like a lot of times you don't pull off the move, like you insert the command, but it doesn't work. Then sometimes like the hit detection, like you hit a guy with the burn knuckle and he just stands there and he's not blocking or anything. It's just weird, but I enjoy it though. I can probably 1 credit clear it. Fatal Fury though, not anywhere near as good as the Neo Geo, the original version, but I really enjoy that. And then Fighter's History. This is one I never owned, but I would rent it a lot as a kid. This is a pretty good translation of the I don't know if this was on Neo Geo. It was a Data East game. I know the sequel of this was on Neo Geo. This was a standalone cabinet. I remember. Really good Street Fighter ripoff. I think this company actually got sued by Capcom because it was so similar to Street Fighter 2. Really good one though. I don't mind ripoff games if they're well made. Pretty much Streets of Rage is a ripoff game, but that's an awesome game. Yeah, Karnov is the last boss in here. It was cool. It seemed like every Data East game would feature Karnov, and I always liked that NES game when I was a kid. So it's cool to see Karnov, the circus strongman, show up in all of these later Data East games. Really cool game. Yeah, after playing all these hard games, this one was really easy. I can I can one credit clear this with probably without losing a round on normal setting. Fighter's History. I really like this game. I've been playing it a lot on the NES. And then he sent me these. I already had them, but these are going to be major upgrades because my cartridges are all carved up. Or they're not super bad. Just kind of beat up a little bit, but these are two of my favorite games he sent me. World Heroes 2. For me, that's just like right under Street Fighter 2. I love this game. And Art of Fighting, really freaking hard. But once you finally get it down and you beat the game, even on hard mode, it's so satisfying. Art of Fighting, I like the setting and the atmosphere of this. It reminds me of an old Seagal or a Van Damme movie, like a martial arts action movie. Love Art of Fighting. It kind of has the plot of a beat 'em up, like you're trying to rescue the guy's sister, but it plays like a fighting game. Set in the same universe as Fatal Fury. Love these games. I found homes for my old copies of these. Heck yeah. Oh, and then Manuel knows I'm looking for all the Bond games, and he sent me the last one I needed for consoles, Quantum of Solace on PlayStation 3. Now I have every single James Bond game released on a PlayStation console. Every James Bond game released on any console. Not going back to the Commodore 64 and the Atari. I don't have those games. I'm not going to really bother for that. And I'm missing a couple portable games, but as far as the modern system console games, all the way back to 007 The Duel right here for Genesis. I have all of them now. So thanks to Gamers Manuel, I got all of the James Bond games on console. James Bond's my favorite franchise of all time. Whether it be the movies, the games, the novels. I really got to get back to the novels. I read about 4 of them. I need to read the rest of the Flemings. Okay, and then we got the old, whatever, the music store. G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra for the Nintendo Wii for 95 cents. It's complete. Got that. I've just been adding stuff to my Wii collection because I assume they're all going to be gone soon and I'll regret not getting them. And $1 is not bad. This might be one of those, I don't know if it's a cover shooter. It might be an on-rail type shooter or something like, what's that game? Sin and Punishment. It might be something like that. G.I. Joe, probably based on the movie. Okay. DVDs at the Rasputin's music are usually 95 cents. Now they're marked down 50% off, so the 95 cent ones are 50 cents. The 50 cent ones are 25 cents. Got Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones in Entrapment. That was 50 cents. Gotta love Sean Connery. Catherine Zeta-Jones too. I saw this at the show with my buddy. Kind of a fun heist. Was it like a heist movie? Yeah, really cool. So I have that. Another Sean Connery one I didn't have with the old NCIS guy. The Presidio. I haven't seen this one in years, so I kind of want to watch it. And there's some really crappy movies, but that's the type of thing I like. Star Odyssey. I think this is like the Turkish Star Wars that everyone makes fun of. With the dumb-looking robot. And then it has a Superman short on there. So I like these crappy foreign Star Wars rip-off movies, so I'll give that one a watch. Miles O'Keefe in Phantom Riders. This has got to be awesome. I don't know if this is an Italian movie or what. It might be Filipino. I don't know. It looks like a war action movie set in Vietnam. I don't really know much about this. I don't know who directed this. I'm hoping it's Cirio H. Santiago. Oh, and then Billy D. Williams in Final Countdown. Set in the 70s, Billy D. Williams portrays a black militant who attempts to get a group of white radicals to help him in a war against racism. He fails, obviously, and what follows is a racial bloodbath. Sounds pretty cool. Billy D. Williams is one of my favorites. This has got to be really crappy. I love stuff like this, though. Yeah, GameStop. I should have taken more advantage of this. I just got really cheap. They had buy two, get two free at GameStop, and I found the cheapest stuff there that like $3 games. So I got 4 $3 games for $6. Lord of the Rings, Aragon's Quest, that's complete for Wii. Dangerous Hunts 2009 from Cabela's. Medal of Honor Heroes 2 on the Wii again. And then Max Payne 3. Didn't have that on PS3. I might give this away. I have it on Xbox 360. So I don't know. It's just $6 for those. I guess that's okay. It was probably less with my discount. I don't know. What a fool. Okay. Oh, and then Diamonds Are Forever, the big box VHS. Got that for 25 cents. One of my favorite Bond movies. Probably one of my favorite movies, period. I love the Diamonds Are Forever. It actually drives my wife nuts. I have the soundtrack of this in the car when we go out shopping or whatever, take the kids somewhere. I always have the soundtrack to Diamonds Are Forever blasting in the car just over and over. I can't get sick of it. It's a really great soundtrack. I could listen to it over and over. Alright, and then some pickups today I found. I think I got all this for like $10 from various thrift stores. Better than nothing, but not very good. The Fifth Element, the UMD for PlayStation Portable. Didn't have that movie. It is one of my favorite sci-fi movies. The more I watch it, the more I like it. When I first saw it, I was not crazy about it. But then, every time I watch it, I like it more, is what I'm saying. Gary Oldman's the bad guy. Mia Jovovich is in there, the little guy that plays Bilbo. Rush Hour guy. The music in here is done by Eric Serra that does GoldenEye. You can kind of hear a lot of hints of GoldenEye in this soundtrack. Yeah, so I'm kind of happy to have that on my PSP now. One of my favorite martial art movies from the 80s, kind of a funny movie. The Last Dragon. I didn't have that for whatever reason, so I'm glad I have it now. Sonic Unleashed, I got that. That was a couple dollars. It's complete. This is one of my wife's favorite games. I couldn't pass it up for $2. Fable 2. I think it might go for more than that. So I don't know. I was thinking about giving that to someone if they want it. Because usually I think it costs a little bit more than that if I see it at GameStop. Simpsons Road Rage. I heard something about that being kind of rare or hard to find, but got that one. It's kind of like a Crazy Taxi ripoff. And then Minecraft Xbox 360 edition, one of my wife's favorite. We just have the digital copy, so now we have the physical deal right there. And that's about it. So I hope everyone had a wonderful New Year's. I hope everything goes well for you in 2020. Stick to the grindstone. Be positive. Just whatever you do, whatever line of work you're in, just do your best. Take pride in what you do. Even if you think you have a dead-end job or you're going nowhere in it, just do your best at that job. People appreciate things like that. It's better for you and everyone around you, better for your soul, just to be content and take pride in what you do. I always shoot for something higher, obviously, but I'm saying whatever you're doing right now, be content with it and do your best at it. Public service message from Ty Lord. Yeah, so next week I want to do a video. I've been looking forward to this for a while. A video on the 20 games I beat in 2019. I'll have a lot of good recommendations in there. I had a lot of fun with some games this year. Like, this is probably one of the best years of gaming for me, was 2019. I was able to manage my time well enough to play some fun games. Yeah, so I'll probably do that. I've been watching a lot of other videos on that. I'll link them when I do a video of all the other people I've been watching do videos on the same subject. But yeah, next week I'm going to try to do the 20 games I beat in 2019. Until then, see you later. Bye!